Hello, my name is Ryan Riddle and I will show you how to test and clean a 4B touch switch, or also known as belt alignment sensor. Now before you get started, make sure you've read the operations manual. This will tell you everything you need to know about a 4B touch switch. Also, make sure you're wearing the proper PPE, gloves, glasses, and a hard hat. Now before we talk about cleaning and testing, let's go through the parts of a 4B touch switch. This right here, this is called the puck. The puck is what will be sense anything rubbing or pushing up against it, and this is what will trigger the alarm. This is what we'll need to make sure it's clean. You'll have a rubber gasket. The rubber gasket is what always goes up against the touch switch. It will go up, mount up to whatever you're mounting it to, whichever a belt conveyor or a grain leg. On this back side, you have a rubber protective housing. This will protect this back side from any contaminants like dust, rain, dirt, anything like that. Protect this test knob and this light, and just keep it from fading in general. Now, to clean, you'll remove the touch switch from whichever it's mounted to, whether it's a conveyor or leg. And what you'll need to clean is you want to clean this front edge of the puck, around the sides of the puck, and you also want to take either a brush or a rag and dig down in behind the puck. This is where the dust and dirt can collect, and we call that the Fremunda cheese, and ain't nobody got time for that. That'll actually harden up and will prevent the puck from being able to be pushed in once something is touching or rubbing against it, and that will hinder it and will not let it trigger an alarm, and that's bad. That's not what we want. So once you get that all clean and good to go, you can put the gasket back on and attach it back up to the wherever it was mounted to. Make sure you put at least 2 bolts or screws into it to make sure it's square, so if anything pushes up against it, it can't cock to one side or the other. So once you've done that, you can now test. Once it's mounted, this is the test screw. The way it is, once it's to the left, that's normal operation. It'll have this red LED light on that'll tell you everything's good to go, it's working properly, and there's no alarm. To test, you'll turn the knob to the right. And you'll turn it, and what it's doing is it's sucking this puck in and simulating like something is touching or rubbing up against it. So as you turn it until this light turns off. Once that light's off, it means that the alarm is being triggered and it is sounding. So once you verify, make sure the alarm is being sounded, you can then turn it back to normal operation. Turn it back, as the manual says, 1/4 turn, or until the knob just becomes loose and the red light turns back on. So once the red light's back on, your test is complete. Hopefully it has worked properly, and you are now good to go. So now, I've showed you all the parts, how to do a quick test. Let's go outside and we'll show you how it's done on a real piece of equipment.
First, we're going to go ahead and take the touch switch off of the piece of equipment. Just go ahead and unscrew it. Now we're going to pull it off. Take a good look at it. You can see this one's a little dirty, so we're going to go ahead and wipe it off. Get in that little crack behind the puck. Make sure it's nice and clean. As you can tell, there's no rub spots, so this one's in good shape. Go ahead and put her back on. Like we said before, we're going to screw it back on. Now you want to make sure you have at least 2 screws or nuts onto it. We're going to test. Turn to the right till the light turns off. Make sure you have a sounding alarm, and then go ahead and turn it back to the left. You just turn it back till the red light comes back on and your test is complete. Here's an example of a bad touch switch where it has been rubbed on, it's been pushed on by the belt. Here's a front view of that touch switch. This is an example where it would need replaced and is no longer to be in use.
Now to recap, we've gone through the 4B switch, showed you the parts. We've gone out and take one off, cleaned it, tested it. Now that you've seen all that, you have the ability to go out and do it all on your own. Test and clean a 4B switch. Be safe, have a good day, get her done.